Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Ren. In this video, we're going to talk about web dev stacks for my fellow web developers and software developers out there who are looking into shipping your own products, launching your own SaaS products, and are trying to figure out what technology stack to use. And we're going to talk about whether or not those things matter and what you should use to build your SaaS products on moving forward. So this question came up. I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw Floaty ask this question, just wondering what's the programming language you folks use to build your SaaS or some similar online platforms with. And he says he feels like he's open to learning a new programming language for future projects and wants to know what people recommend. To answer this, I think you need to ask yourself another question, and that is, why are you building whatever it is that you're building? Are you building it for personal enrichment, or are you building it to learn something? Are you building it to scratch your own itch, something that you've been annoyed with during your time as a developer? Wish you had some type of feature on something, something to improve your workflow, or are you building something for public or commercial use? I think number 2 and 3 oftentimes go together. So I think in this video, I'm going to talk about number 2 and number 3 kind of as the same thing. But to start with, let's look at personal enrichment or learning. If you're learning some new technology, if you want to build something to learn on, by all means, use whatever the hell you want. Use whatever fascinates you, whatever you think is going to help you get a new job. If you find React to be the cool new thing and you want to learn more about React, go learn React. If you want to build scripts and be able to automate things with Python, go learn Python. Whatever it is, if you're just learning and you want to know more about it, you learn whatever you want to learn. If you are looking to get into something for public use, so whether it's something you're building to scratch your own itch, or something you try to want to turn into a side project, make some money from, whatever, then I think you need to do a little bit more digging and try to think of who is your target audience. When you think about who your target audience is your target audience going to care about what stack you're using? Is a barber who, you're building a SaaS for barber shops, whatever they would need, is the barber using your SaaS product going to care about what stack the SaaS product is built on? And I think you'll find that almost 100% of the time, no one is going to care what the stack is. The only people who might even be interested would be other developers. And is a certain stack going to prevent other people from using your product? No. The answer to that is no. Your target audience wants two things. They want something that's going to work for them, and they want something that's going to solve a product. The tech stack that is behind whatever it is that they're using means nothing to them. So when you're looking to launch a new SaaS product, I think the main goal comes down to shipping. You want to ship something, get something out the door, launch something, get it online, so you can start to get it in front of potential users, customers, and you want to do that quick, because if you're anything like me, the longer you go on a project that you're not shipping, the less likely it becomes that you're going to ultimately ship it. For me, I like to try to make sure a project is going to be completed within a week or two at most. I find that the longer something drags on or takes to build, the less motivated I become, or something pops up during that time, and it becomes a little harder for me to get out the door. That's why I have a bunch of side projects on my computer that will never see the light of day, just because I don't have time to get to it. So the goal is to ship, and you want to ship quickly. So considering that, to ship quickly, you want to use what you're comfortable with, you want to use what you're efficient with, and you want to use what you know how to scale. Comfort allows you to ship quicker. When you are comfortable with a particular tech stack, whether it's WordPress or Ruby, whatever you know how to use, you know that tech stack well, and you're able to ship quicker. you're also more efficient with it because you know it in and out, and you can figure out problems and debug quicker, as opposed to on different tech stacks that might have different tooling and things like that. It's going to take you longer to figure out little bugs, and it's just going to be an all around much slower process. And then when it comes to scaling, if your SaaS product does gain some traction and become popular, uh, is it something that you're going to need to scale? And do you know how to scale it? You might be able to put together a Ruby website or a Node.js website that you learned while you were building, but are you going to be able to scale that when the time comes for it to scale? Because all of a sudden you find yourself with 1,000 users a second, or 1,000 users an hour, or whatever it is. Are you going to be able to scale that? And if you don't know Node.js all that well, and you haven't studied how to scale a Node.js project, you might find yourself in a bit of a bind when it comes time to scaling. Whereas if you had used a tech stack for something that you are familiar with and know how to scale, you could start to work on it and get that taken care of pretty quickly. So there are my thoughts on what you use to start a new SaaS, what languages, what frameworks you want to you want to use to start a SaaS. Ultimately, it just boils down to whether or not you want to learn something, if you're trying to learn, or if you want to deploy something quickly and get it out there for public use. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. I'd certainly appreciate that as a new channel. So thanks for watching.